Last of
Something
Us.
else came out that year.
Last of Us.
Yes, Last of Us 2. Now,
Mm.
we will pin that for another time. We can
And
talk about that, but I think The Last of Us 2 deserved it. That was an incredible story. They
I
took a
love this.
huge risk.
I love the game. I'm a huge fan of the game, but Ghost of Tsushima was better. Ghost of Tsushima was way better. I'm
Naughty Dog
sorry.
took a huge listen to me. Naughty Dog took a huge risk. Huge risk with the way that they told that story for The Last of Us 2 and the way they came
Agreed.
together. I mean, it
Oh,
was really
agreed.
beautiful.
But they
But
still took
no,
a huge L for it, like consumer wise. People hate that game. I love the game. I played it from start to finish. I understand why people don't like it. I loved it nonetheless, but they still took it out. Ghost of Tsushima, anybody who's ever played it, nothing but positive things to say. That's why they should have won Game of the Year. But I'm feeling like somebody pulled some strings in the background. Again, conspiracy theory time.
man, good
They
art.
should
Good
have
art
won it,
makes you feel. If
bruh.
you like it or you don't like it, it's good, man.
His
I
thing is the
mean,
story that carried it to the end. I'm sorry, that story was amazing. Like you're talking about a samurai who had to put the fear of God into it to a devastating Mongolian army, and they were winning. And this one guy turned the wave of war. And then when he's winning, his uncle is like, "Yo, I know what you've been doing has been effective, but you got to cut it out. Honor over everything." And you make the decision to give up on your family, your whole life. That you go just play the game. Play the game. You'll feel those moments.
no, it sounds amazing, but I'll still say
You might regret
that
it. You might regret it. Think
no,
twice before you
listen,
say it.
when it comes down to narrative based games, Naughty Dog took a huge risk
Fair.
in progressing a genre that we won't even see the benefits till later, and then we'll go back and say that The Last of Us 2 was truly a classic game
Oh,
because
hands down
they
again.
had to kill off
One
the
of the
main
yeah.
character.
Yeah. That was rough. And they did that shit early. They did it so
Man,
early. Bro, it was less than an
man,
hour into the game and they killing my boy Joel.
man.
Bruh.
Do you know that when they sat down and made that decision in that room, there had to be at least 60% of the people that were like, I look nuts.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna kill Joel? You're not gonna don't no, they're not gonna like this. And one or two or three, or maybe the entire narrative design team, maybe the entire writing team, they had to stand on that and say, right, along with, creative direction, along with anybody else, that's on the creative side of things, they had to stand on that and say, yo, this is gonna work.
it's a huge
Even though they
risk.
knew the fans, come on, man, that's
That is
huge.
you're
That's a
right. That is a huge risk because if I was creating that, I would have crippled Joel. I would have did something. I wouldn't have
yeah,
killed him
no,
outright.
that's a huge risk but it advanced the story of The Last of Us.
Yeah, but that's the thing about the story about The Last of Us is a lot of people question if it went too far. Like Ellie became downright unlikable at some points. Like there
Oh,
was a part.
imagine you know how it yo, do you
Yeah,
know how amazing that is from a writing perspective that
it's,
you were able to make probably the most likable character in the game unlikable?
but that's the weird part. I didn't want to not like it. There was the part when you catch the what was the black girl in the hallway, like you're holding a pipe. There's a bunch of spores everywhere. She's shocked you don't have a mask on, and then you brutally beat her with a pipe. And I waited 10 minutes to not hit her, hoping something different would happen because I didn't want to see
Dude,
Ellie be this monster.
she
And
had already gone mad.
I
What did
know,
you
but it was
want to
devastating as somebody who love. All right,
let's,
I'm gonna be real.
let's
I'm a
talk
dad.
about
I'm a dad,
art.
and then seeing
Art.
somebody you see as a daughter become this creature, it hurts you in a spiritual. Great
Okay.
writing, but
I'm
God,
glad you
that
said
hurt.
that. I'm glad you said that because where is this? This is a mirror, right, of a previous concept that came from Telltale in the form of Clementine in the Walking Dead series, right? So here is now this game from Telltale that's completely narrative driven, super limited features. You barely even move around unless you're in like a pre-specified zone that you cannot move out of, right? Most of your choices are all narrative based. And here comes Naughty Dog to say, look, we're going to take that same idea, but we're going to implement this in a game where you have full control of the character
And
about
you do some evil things with
85 to
that.
95% of the time.
And it hurts me so much to do that,
but
man.
it advanced the story. Now we're talking about taking a game and its story and advancing the story beyond the characters. That's huge.
You're
That's
right.
huge. That's huge. That's
Right, but it's
huge.
as huge as it is, it still hurts, and that's great game design where you're able to affect the players by
Yeah.
actions that honestly they were going to commit anyways. Like if you ever played a normal
Yeah.
game, yeah, I've mowed thousands, millions of characters down. Never,
That's
not a tick on me. That game made me really question, yo, why am I doing this? Yo, was revenge really this important? In the beginning, I was all for it. I was like, yo, we're murdering Abby. We're killing up all their people. I don't even care. And after a while, I was like, I think I've gone too far. And
that's huge.
I've Ellie had so many options to just back out and be like, all right, I'm ready to stop. This isn't gonna change.
Nah,
And
nah.
that ending, I was like, you know what? I've already gone this far. Just end it. And then they don't.
Mhm.
I'm like, Naughty Dog took me on a roller coaster, a long ass roller
That's
coaster, but a good
that's
roller
huge.
coaster.
And they always have, right?
Oh
They've been
yeah,
doing this since Jack and Daxter. They've been doing this since Crash Bandicoot, right?
which
They've
they should remake Jack 3, at least Jack 3 for the
I'm
PS5.
100% there. As soon as you make the petition, send it to me first. I'll sign it.
Yeah, I need it.
Right?
I bought that game for every Sony system I got. I'm ready for
Yeah,
it again.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
that's a that's why Naughty Dog became one of my favorite like
yeah,
creators because the Jack and Daxter
yeah,
series was fantastic. Even Jack X,
yeah,
which I wasn't even into the racing thing, and then I played. I was like, oh, it's not just racing; it's a story behind it too. I like this.
yeah, yeah.
And
And I
Naughty
mean,
Dog don't miss.